Coming up, free at last, how crews rescued the remaining members of a Thailand soccer team from inside a dangerous cave. Plus, a local group of missionaries speak out for the first time after returning home from Haiti amid ongoing protests there. Residents in a Sarasota neighborhood fought to keep their street name the same. Your Suncoast News starts now.
You're watching ABC 7 News at noon.
Hello and welcome. I'm Scott Dennis. Thanks so much for joining us. Our top story today at noon, they are free. The remaining 4 boys and their soccer coach finally rescued from that flooded cave after 18 days. Now that they are all recovering at the hospital, ABC's Elizabeth Herr has new details about how they managed to stay alive for the first 10 days before rescuers found them.
Mission accomplished. The dramatic and dangerous days-long rescue operation ending successfully with all 12 boys and their soccer coach getting out of the cave alive. The Thai Navy SEALs reacting to the news on Facebook, writing, "We're not sure if this is a miracle, a science, or what. All the 13 wild boars are now out of the cave." The feat incredible by all accounts, considering the twisted, treacherous, and flooded maze of passageways rescuers were forced to navigate. In this video, you can even see the divers fighting to stay above water, gripping that rope, all the while carrying air tanks and equipment, guiding the boys and the coach to safety.
How many of you? 13. Brilliant.
The soccer team found alive last Monday after spending 10 days trapped and lost inside the dark cave. They survived by drinking water, which was dripping down the sides of the cave. Turns out the team also went into the cave with a bit of food. Local media reporting a woman sold the team snacks like these, chips, soda, and orange drinks before they followed their coach into the cave for what was supposed to be a fun excursion after practice that turned into a lesson in survival. So what happens now? We're told they will be evaluated and will remain quarantined in the hospital for about a week. We know at least 2 of the boys have pneumonia and all are now undergoing blood tests for infections. And until they get the all clear from doctors, their families will only be able to see them through a glass partition. Elizabeth Herr, ABC News, New York.
And tonight you can watch a special edition of ABC's 2020 all about that rescue mission in Thailand. Tune in tonight at 9 o'clock right here on ABC 7. Floodwaters in Japan have killed at least 130 people, while dozens more are still missing as rescuers search for those survivors. Rescuers are still combing through mud-covered hillsides and riverbanks. Right now, more than 50 people are unaccounted for, many in the hardest hit area of Hiroshima. Cleanup is underway, but thousands of homes are still without clean water and electricity, and no solution is in sight. A mission group from the Woodland Community Church in Bradenton is finally back home after being stranded in Haiti. The 28 missionaries, most of them teenagers, were supposed to come home Saturday, but because of violent protests in Haiti over fuel prices, they came home late Monday night instead. It was a happy reunion with family and friends, although it was a long day of travel that began in Port-au-Prince and took the group to Miami, Orlando, and even Tampa, but everyone happy to be back home in Bradenton.
We didn't see any rioting or protesting where we were, thankfully, and so we just made the decision to turn the bus around and head back to the My Life Speaks campus where we knew we were safe. And it's a good thing we did because our flight ended up being canceled.
We left really early in the morning to miss all of it. But they just decided that up the road wouldn't be safer later in the day, so we decided to turn around and just stay there for a couple more days.
The group spent about a week in Haiti working with physically challenged children in that country. And for the latest breaking news across the world and here at home, as well as your first alert weather forecast, we invite you to download our app. Find it in your app store under WWSB or My Suncoast. New at noon, Sarasota County Sheriff's deputies are investigating after reports of a body was found in a lake. It happened in the Camelot Lakes neighborhood off Gant Road in Sarasota. Witnesses tell ABC 7 deputies have been at the lake since early this morning after a body was seen floating. No word yet from the sheriff's office whether this is related to a Tampa man who went missing in that neighborhood Sunday night and was last seen jumping into a lake. We've heard for a while now that more roundabouts are planned for the Suncoast, the latest coming to Bradenton at the intersection of 15th Street East and Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. ABC 7's Marla Spence joins us now with details surrounding that upcoming project.
For some time now, there have been talks about placing a roundabout at this intersection, and finally those talks will soon become a reality in hopes of easing traffic at 15th Street and 9th Avenue East. Construction is expected to begin the week of July 23rd. That means in order to complete the roundabout, the intersection will be closed for about 6 months. One Bradenton business owner says she is not too happy about that.
Because 6 months is not a small time of period, and so yeah, we don't know how it's exactly going to work, and after that done, I don't know how I'm gonna get my business back.
In addition to the new roundabout being constructed, FDOT has plans to remove old asphalt, resurface the roadway, improve drainage and sidewalks, implement lighting, and add new signing and pavement markings. In total, the project is costing $2.1 million. Before any work begins, FDOT is hosting a public meeting to get feedback from residents in the community. The meeting will be tonight between 6 to 8 at Rogers Community Methodist Church. I'm Marla Spence reporting for ABC 7, your Suncoast News.
All right, let's get a check on our weather now here on the Suncoast. Meteorologist John Scalzi joins us. Nice morning, and we've had a few dry days now in a row.
Right, yeah.
Showers kind of scattered, mostly inland though.
Mostly inland, a few of them around, but not enough to really do much, and the fine drought index is going up, and consequently it's been really hot.
Yes.
Really hot. If you spend any time out of doors, and I tell you, I just got to tip your hat to the folks that work outdoors doing roofing and laying pipe and working on our infrastructure. They're amazing the way they can deal with this heat.
Yeah.
I go out to get the mail and I'm dead. It's amazing.
Hydration.
It's rough. Yeah, it's tough out there. We're looking at some pretty nice conditions out at the beaches today, that's for sure. If you're going to be headed to the beaches, beautiful day for that. Casey Key webcam put it into motion, doesn't show much in the way of any kind of cloud cover that's significant. Well out in Gulf waters, there's been some pretty good storms that are ongoing, but nothing nearby. I mean, we've seen some flashes of lightning during the pre-dawn hours because of numerous showers and thunderstorms indicated by those big clouds out there, but that's 80, 100 miles out. We're looking at locally hardly a cloud in the sky, and we're continuing to watch what looks like a very impressive comma-shaped tropical cyclone off the coast of the mid-Atlantic. That's Chris, and undoubtedly will become a hurricane later in the day today. We'll talk about that, talk about its influence on our weather, what to expect from that cloud cover lifting north out of the Caribbean. All of that coming up in a few. Scott?
John, thank you. An update now on a grassroots effort to fight City Hall. Sarasota officials told some neighbors in the Alta Vista neighborhood that they had to change the name of their street. But after a petition drive and some serious pushback, the residents got to keep their street name. ABC 7's Ray Collins explains now. Ray?
Scott, sometimes you can fight City Hall and win. The city of Sarasota said a mistake on the map from years ago required them to change Novus Place to Novus Street. Emergency services said it was confusing to have a Novus Street on one side of Tuttle and a Novus Place on the other. But the thought of having to change their legal address caused residents on the street to band together. In the end, the city said they could keep the name Novus Place after all.
All the documents for the past 30 some odd years that people have had here on the street all register at Novus Place. You would have to go out, you would have to change your address, all your documents, the documents for the house. It would have created quite a problem getting everything changed.
So you're relieved?
I am. I'm very relieved.
He's lived there over 30 years. He says through this fight against City Hall, he met a lot of neighbors he wouldn't have met otherwise. So good news there. Scott, back to you.
All right, congratulations to them. Thank you, Ray. Still to come in your Suncoast News, the best snacks to bring with you and the family the next time you hit the beach this summer. And then later, how Nordstrom is working on a new store design that features no physical showroom to buy in. Story coming up.
A decade of war has taken an unprecedented toll on our men and women in uniform.
Hundreds of thousands of our veterans are suffering from the trauma of war.
At Justice for Vets, we believe that every veteran should have the opportunity for treatment and restoration.
Get involved and go to justiceforvets.org.
Help put treatment within reach of veterans in crisis.
Veterans fought for our freedom. Now it's our turn to fight for theirs.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call, and you cannot be turned down for any reason. Even if you have health problems or are living on a fixed income, Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance policies could work for you with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
My mom didn't have life insurance and the cost all fell on me. And that's expensive. We're still paying for that.
Yeah, we're still paying for that.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now. In one phone call, you can help prepare your family with protection amounts up to $25,000. There are no medical tests or health questions. And remember, you cannot be turned down for any reason. In fact, TruStage policies are already protecting over 18 million Americans. And rates are designed to be affordable, starting at less than 32 cents a day. That's as low as $9.40 a month. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease.
When I leave, everything will be taken care of for them.
Call 1-800-218-4991 now for a free, no-obligation quote. TruStage offers plans to fit your budget with prices starting at less than 32 cents a day. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-218-4991 now.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Temperatures climbing, but not quite as fast as they did yesterday. We have more of a westerly wind developing at about 7 right now. And dew point values are warm, coming in at 74. So we have a feels like temperature already at 92, and no doubt our feels like temperature will get up close to 100 again today, as our air temperature probably gets close to the 92 mark once again. It's at 85 currently, and we have a mix of fair weather clouds and sunshine. 90 by 12, I'd say, 92 rather by 3 p.m., and then as we head into the 7 p.m. hour, about 87. There it is, Chris, and it's got a very well-defined eye on radar, beginning to move away from the radar beam far enough away that it's having a hard time seeing it. But a very clearly defined eye there for a while. And the cloud pattern very symmetric, indicating a strong tropical cyclone. Even if it is still classified as a tropical storm, it's most likely going to be a hurricane a little bit later today. Some of the outflow of that triggered off showers and thunderstorms out in Gulf waters, and they will continue out there. That northeasterly wind aloft kind of keeping them offshore. Even though we've had some flashes of lightning, we're not seeing a whole lot in the way of anything over land right now. And really don't expect to see a whole lot. With the sea breeze building, we might catch an isolated shower or two. I put the rain chance at about 10%, and that's really about it. I don't think we'll go higher than that. Out in the Gulf waters, about 80, 90 miles offshore, we've had some pretty persistent good cells, and we've had some flashes of lightning as well. That might be, some of the outflow of that might be aiding the sea breeze a bit this afternoon. So you're taking a look at Chris, and clearly you've got a nice defined eye right here. You've got a very symmetric cloud pattern. The dry air that was being entrained into the system seems to have stopped a little bit for a while, I think. It's also on the move now. You can see the difference between where it originally started 12 hours ago and where it is now. I mean, it's a pretty good distance. It's beginning to move a little bit. So that's important, because when it was just basically stationary, moving at 1 or 2 miles per hour, it was pulling up a lot of cold water from underneath of it, and that's the reason the Hurricane Center says they're keeping it as a tropical storm and not upgrading it to a hurricane. even though it's pretty close to that. There's what's left of Beryl down to the south of us. There's the dry air that continues to kind of pour in over the panhandle of the state. It's going to have its effect, that dry air over the state of Florida. It's going to have the effect of that dry air begin to lessen over the course of the next several days, I think. And we'll probably see a few more showers up to the north of us. There's what's left over of Beryl right now, producing very heavy rainfall over Hispaniola. As it lifts northward, and it is forecast to do that, there's a possibility it could develop, strengthen a little bit, and then the forecast models carry it out to sea, picked up by a trough of low pressure. Same thing's going to happen with Chris. Right now, 70-mile-an-hour winds. If it gets up another 4, 5, 6 miles per hour later on this afternoon, it'll be classified as a hurricane. It's forecast also to take off into the northeast and then eventually carried across the Labrador Currents close to England as we head into Sunday. So we'll see if that happens or not. But again, not a problem for the United States still. The forecast for the 7 days ahead include 92 for a forecast high today. Maybe might not be quite that warm. 92 tomorrow. Again, about a 10% chance of showers. And then we start moistening things up and getting a little bit better rain chance as we head into the weekend. Scott?
Okay, John, thank you. In HealthSmart today, some mothers have long suspected it, and now science has confirmed it. Babies may sleep better when they begin eating solid foods earlier. A new study reveals introducing a child to solid baby foods at 3 months resulted in small but significant improvements in nighttime sleep. The babies who ate solid foods slept about 17 minutes longer, which can mean up to 2 extra hours of sleep per week. Some pediatricians warn it's important that an early introduction of solids not result in a decrease of breast milk, which of course provides valuable nutrition. Well, we all know snacks are a good way to stay energized when spending the day at the beach, but before you pack your car, it's good to consider what snacks you're going to be bringing and how to keep them safe. Kim Hutcherson has some tips.
It's time for some summer fun in the sun, and if that means hitting the beach, you're probably hauling a cooler filled with snacks and refreshments. But between the sand and the heat, keeping those items cold, safe, and free of grit can be challenging. Start with packing items in 2 different coolers if possible, one for drinks and one for food. Perishables shouldn't be out in the sun for more than an hour, so if there's shade from an umbrella or even a towel, store the coolers there. Kebabs are easy to make and eat, and with a stick holding everything together, you don't have to worry about sandy hands. Switch it up by making kebabs with fruit, veggies, and some cheese. Nutrition experts stress the importance of having satisfying and healthy snacks on hand when spending hours outside in the heat. Nutty trail mix can satisfy hunger, and fruits with vitamin C, which can help limit damage from UV rays, are also great go-to grabs. Finally, make sure you stay well hydrated with water, 100% fruit juices, and flavored waters. Limit your alcohol intake, which can dehydrate you quickly under the hot sun. For today's Health Minute, I'm Kim Hutcherson.
All right, time for lunch now, so let's head over to the kitchen and say hello to Chef Alex Scott from Oak and Stone on University Parkway. Alex, great to have you in our kitchen today. What are you fixing for us today?
Hi guys, thank you so much for having us here. So today I'm going to be preparing our tuna poke bowl. Poke is a fresh Hawaiian seafood salad. And at Oak and Stone you can either get a base of a sesame kale or a quinoa, or you can have it both ways like we're going to be preparing it later today.
During the past 10 years, Tidewell Hospice volunteers have provided more than 1 million hours of service. They sit with patients, giving caregivers a break. They work in offices. They take their furry friends on pet therapy visits. They even clown around. Every task performed by a volunteer makes a difference in the lives of our patients and their families. Join Tidewell's volunteer team. They're truly 1 in a million. Tidewell Hospice. It's more than you think.
Excuse me a minute. Hi, Dad. No, don't try to get up.
Hi, I'm Julie, a right-at-home caregiver. And if I had been caring for Tom's dad, I would have noticed some dizziness that could lead to balance issues. That's because I'm trained to report any changes in behavior, no matter how small, so Tom could have peace of mind.
We'll be right there. We have to go.
Hey, Tom, you should try Right at Home. They're great for us.
The right care, right at home.
Need more space in your place? The More Space Place can help with Murphy beds that disappear to reveal a home office, living room, or den. Custom closets with designated areas for your shoes, bags, wardrobe, and accessories. Custom-built entertainment centers, garage storage systems, and more. The More Space Place has 3 showrooms next to Sonny's on US 41 South in Sarasota, on Lakewood Ranch Boulevard just south of State Route 64 in Bradenton, and on Tamiami Trail next to Panera Bread in Port Charlotte. Put more space in your place at the More Space Place.
Ready to open up new opportunities as an electrician? Don't do it yourself. Team up with Mr. Sparky instead. We're locally owned and looking for people like you. We offer our electricians great perks that you just won't get going it alone. And whether you're an apprentice, a master electrician, or somewhere in between, we have a spot for you.
Best decision I ever made.
Apply online or call today.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-Sparky.
Are you a food lover, restaurant goer, or home cook? Then check out My Suncoast Dining on mysuncoast.com, your guide to the foodie lifestyle. ABC 7's own Chef Judy serves up her favorite recipes, cooking tips and trends, dining blogs, and helpful step-by-step videos. And you'll love the restaurant guide with direct links to your favorite Suncoast eateries. Whether you're cooking in or dining out, whet your appetite with tasty tips from Chef Judy at mysuncoast.com/dining.
Imagine a world filled with pillow fights, playgrounds, and the search for the perfect climbing tree. Every kid deserves that world, but 1 in 5 kids in America struggle with hunger. At No Kid Hungry, we're committed to creating a world where every kid eats healthy food every day. We raise funds, we help families, and we lift up communities.
New at noon, Nordstrom is reinventing itself in the age of Amazon, opening up new stores, but you can't buy any clothes there. ABC's Rebecca Jarvis explains how the new stores are all about the experience.
Could this be the department store of the future? Home to a nail salon, juice bar, and loads of fitting rooms. The one thing you won't find inside this new Nordstrom store concept? Inventory. That's right. Instead of stocked shelves, you can try, test, and even tailor your clothes here, but to actually buy them, you'll have to place an order.
People aren't just going to the stores anymore to shop. They want a 360 experience.
The reinvented retail experience called Nordstrom Local, meant to compete in the time of Amazon with more shoppers spending online, is smaller than a traditional department store, just 3,000 square feet, where you can work with a stylist who handpicks items ahead of your arrival, pick up an online order curbside, make returns, or simply hang out. It takes a page right out of the playbook of many younger retailers like Bonobos, Glossier, and Reformation, whose tech-enabled shops cater to millennial shoppers.
Why go to the mall when you can just hang out and watch television while you shop? Nordstrom's trying to make that experience that you have at your house just as fun in the store.
With 66% of customers now saying that valuing their time is the most important aspect of good customer service, Nordstrom announcing it will open at least 2 more locations in the future.
That's Rebecca Jarvis reporting. Nordstrom's shares, by the way, are up more than 12% so far this year, and they hope the new concept will help those shares grow even more in the years to come. All right, back over to the kitchen now. John is there with our guest today, Chef Alex Stone from Oak and Stone. Guys?
Thanks, Scott. It's a pleasure meeting you, by the way, Alex.
Hi.
Thanks for coming in and being in our kitchen. I have to say, I had a great pizza over at Oak and Stone the other day.
Remember which one it was?
Really enjoyed it. I don't remember no. But it was really delicious. I think it was a margarita, actually.
Okay.
So what are you cooking for us here?
So today we are cooking up the tuna poke bowl. So poke, like I said, is a fresh Hawaiian fish salad. It's actually really popular in a lot of restaurants right now. So our version of it, you do a sesame kale or a quinoa base. You just saute it up, about 30 seconds on the saute there. Get it nice and coated. Again, we make a lot of this in-house. We make a roasted garlic oil and then a sesame oil.
Smells fantastic.
Garnish
Really
with
smells
some sesame seeds, add some great flavor in there. Just gonna keep sauteing it a little bit. Then we're gonna bring it over here. We're gonna get it all in this bowl. It's about 3 cups of whatever base you're gonna choose, so it's a really great lunch option. Nice and filling.
Now, can you have it with different items, or does it?
Yeah, so at Oak and Stone, basically everything is about crafting your own story. So we definitely encourage people to kind of craft whatever they're in the mood for. Our chefs are really accommodating. So you can do a buffalo chicken bowl, you can do a tuna poke bowl, and we even have something called a veggie power bowl. So it's going to be the same base, but then we saute fresh veggies like a veggie power blend with it.
Nice.
So
you feature
vegetarians.
some craft beers there too, don't
we
you?
do,
You have a
yep.
couple of them, don't you?
We have a couple, yeah, a couple.
What's the number?
56.
That's pretty
so the beauty of Oak and Stone, we have 56 self-pour taps. It's a rotating tap system, and then
that's kind of neat. Now, explain how that works exactly.
So basically, you pour per ounce. It charges you per ounce.
You get a little wristband.
Yep. When you come in, you'll get with your server, the bartender, the hostess. You'll get issued a wristband, and then you can go up to the wall. You can look at all the 56 taps, select, find all the tasting notes of the different beers. We have everything from, you know, your dark, creamy nitrogen stouts all the way to like a light, refreshing summer cider.
So really interesting. So you get to, you know, kind of sample and choose, and you just get the volume that you want, and it's a nice way to go.
And I explain to people that's the beauty of the beer wall, because you can be your own bartender.
Exactly. So now you're adding the coleslaw as kind of a little side, not side, that's a good hefty portion.
I
you've
know.
got there. So you put that in, and
so
voila, is that how it's served?
Yep, this is a fresh sesame slaw.
That's beautiful. You go ahead and put that right on the platter there.
There we go.
Exactly.
And
that
then
looks great.
Don't forget the garnishes. We garnish with a little chopstick, a house-made sweet chili aioli, which I'm going to just pour a light little bit right here.
Looks delicious. While you finish garnishing that, I'll remind everybody that the recipe for this is on our website, mysuncoast.com. Click on the dining link button. It'll take you right there with all of Chef Halleck's video instructions. That looks delicious. I can't wait to tuck into it. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Don't forget the soy pearls.
There you go. We'll be right back.
Hello, I'm John Merce. Rugs As Art is celebrating yet another anniversary, and I would personally like to thank each and every one of you for the many years of continuous support.
All during the month of July, we're having a grand celebration. We have flooded our showroom with yellow tag specials, meaning more discounts and more savings than ever before, plus free padding. So don't miss this anniversary celebration at Rugs As Art, Sarasota's bigger and better area rug superstore.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
Each day, researchers make discoveries that bring us closer to the moment when all cancer patients can become survivors. Their progress is made possible with the help of clinical trials. Clinical trials are the brightest torch researchers have to light their way towards better treatments. And if you've been diagnosed with cancer, they may be your brightest ray of hope. Speak with your doctor and visit standuptocancer.org/clinical trials to learn more. Together, we can stand up for all of us.
When ABC7 declares a First Alert Weather Day, it means we can expect major changes to weather conditions here along the Suncoast.
It means there could be severe, potentially dangerous weather ahead.
We tell you when a First Alert Weather Day is coming because we want you to be prepared.
A First Alert Weather Day is an advance warning. We'll let you know about any changes in the weather when the first signs appear.
ABC7 First Alert Weather. We're here for you.
All hands on deck. What's up? I want to point out 3 tips for using the home computer more safely. Point away.
First, stop. Make sure your software is up to date and that you've password protected your computer's login and Wi-Fi connection.
Next, think before visiting a site, opening attachments, or clicking on links.
Then connect, knowing you're helping make the web safer for you
and for everyone. Make Stop, Think, Connect part of your daily online routine.
Thanks to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, what was once impossible is happening today for thousands of patients with blood cancer.
I live.
I live. I live.
I live.
I live.
She lives.
Because of the research done by the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society in the battle against blood cancer.
If you had a chance to support the research that is saving lives, what would you do?
Coming up, reaction from President Trump's nominee for the U.S. Supreme Court and his road to confirmation. Plus, firefighters respond to a fire at a longtime Sarasota restaurant, what they say caused it. And the Rays Stadium plans for Tampa's Ybor City, what St. Petersburg could do with the Tropicana Field site.
You're watching ABC 7 News at 12:30.
Welcome back. Our top story at 12:30. President Trump announcing his pick for the U.S. Supreme Court, nominating Judge Brett Kavanaugh. ABC's Arlette Saenz is in Washington, where Kavanaugh is meeting with Republican senators while protesters and Democrats criticize the president's choice.
The first stop for President Trump's newly minted Supreme Court pick, Capitol Hill. With Vice President Mike Pence at his side, Judge Brett Kavanaugh met with the Senate's top Republican as they braced for a fierce confirmation battle.
I think the president made an outstanding nomination.
Kavanaugh's visit to Capitol Hill comes after a primetime reveal by the producer-in-chief.
There is no one in America more qualified for this position.
Appearing with his wife and 2 daughters, the 53-year-old conservative federal appeals court judge offered his view on the job.
A judge must be independent and must interpret the law, not make the law.
Kavanaugh was born and raised in Washington, D.C. He spent years working with Republicans on George W. Bush's team in the Florida recount fight and then in key positions in the Bush White House. He also worked on independent counsel Ken Starr's team investigating President Bill Clinton.
I will keep an open mind in every case, and I will always strive to preserve the Constitution of the United States.
Before departing on a trip to Europe, the president basked in his selection.
Last night was an incredible evening. Brett Kavanaugh has gotten rave reviews, actually from both sides.
But protesters and Democrats are rallying against the pick.
I'm going to fight this nomination with everything I've got.
The White House hopes to have Kavanaugh confirmed by the start of the court's term on October 1st. Republicans hold a slim 51-49 majority in the Senate, setting up an epic confirmation battle. Arlette Saenz, ABC News, Capitol Hill.
Today marks the deadline imposed by a federal judge requiring the Trump administration to reunite more than 100 immigrant children with their parents after being separated at the U.S.-Mexico border. Dozens of kids have already been reunited, but there are still dozens that have not. The reason: some of the parents are no longer in ICE custody, some have been released, some have been deported, while others are in criminal custody. And for a small number of children, the people posing as their parents were in fact not their parents at all. President Trump's former national security advisor, Michael Flynn, back in court again today. Flynn pleaded guilty last December to lying to the FBI regarding conversations with a Russian ambassador during the Trump administration transition. Flynn also agreed to cooperate in the ongoing Russia meddling probe to avoid a trial. It's unclear exactly how Flynn is helping investigators, but he could still face up to 6 months in prison. The White House has dealt another blow to Obamacare. The move involves freezing risk adjustment payments that help stabilize insurance pools in the marketplace. The program aims to even out the market to encourage insurers to compete based on their value of the plans. However, in March, a U.S. District Court ruling determined that calculations used to figure the program payments were flawed. New developments on the Big Island of Hawaii, where lava continues to spread and nearby residents are being warned to get ready for a voluntary evacuation. More than 700 homes have been destroyed so far from that lava flow, and that number could still go up. FEMA says more than 2,000 people have registered for assistance so far. Nearly $5 million in aid has been approved, along with about $7.5 million in small business loans. Here at home, a small fire damages a popular Sarasota restaurant. A witness sent this video to us showing firefighters on the roof at Cafe Bocce in US 41 last night. Investigators say an exhaust fan was left on and burned itself out. Firefighters were able to put it out within an hour, and now cleanup efforts are underway there at the restaurant. A reminder today from the Charlotte County Sheriff's Office to lock your car doors. Deputies arresting 3 teenagers for breaking into 9 cars last weekend in Port Charlotte. Surveillance video was taken from a victim's residence that showed 2 suspects driving a golf cart. Detectives arrested 2 juveniles who now face 15 charges each. The other teen is facing lesser charges after cooperating. An update now on a large man-made sinkhole in a Manatee County shopping plaza. The first repairs now underway at Cortez East Plaza. The hole has been an issue in that parking lot for at least 2 years now. The repairs are expected to cost less than $200,000. Manatee County plans to put a lien on the property to pay for the work. The project should be complete by the end of next month. Manatee County is working to accommodate more tourists. 700 hotel rooms will be opening up in the next year and a half, with the majority of them in the downtown Bradenton area. These plans have been in the works for about a decade now. Most of the property was bought up to 15 years in advance to lay out plans for growing tourism. Elliot Falcioni with Manatee County's Tourism Bureau says Suncoast residents should embrace the growing number of tourists in the area.
Remember, visitors generate sales tax to pay for the services for our residents that enhances the quality of life for our residents.
Keeping up with those hotels just as important, as a recent study shows 94% of first-time visitors return to the Suncoast within 11 months. Meteorologist John Scalzi joins us now, and you know, tourist season used to be during the winter months, but now really it's year-round.
It really is.
Yeah,
can't get a reservation anywhere.
No.
Yeah, it's good to see. You know, it's helping to thrive. You know, our economy, and it's great. And of course, everybody comes down here for the weather. It's just so nice, and today's no exception. Another beautiful day. If you want to be out and about at the beaches, and the weather cooperating beautifully for that. We have a Lakewood Ranch webcam showing just a few fair weather clouds building, but if you'll notice, as they do build, they don't have a whole lot of loft to them. They're kind of flat clouds, and consequently we don't expect to see much in the way of growth leading to thunderstorms, and we'll be lucky to see even a shower. Now out in Gulf waters, different story. There's a lot of cloud cover out there. That's all caused by the circulation around Chris. Chris is a circulation that has brought in kind of a boundary that interacted with the stalled frontal boundary and produced those showers overnight and into this morning out in the Gulf. Now, it has also drawn down some drier air that's kind of replaced the cloud cover. That's indicated here by the tan color, and the moisture content of those clouds indicated by the turquoise out in the Gulf. So it's really kind of shut down the rain machine in North Florida for the time being. A lot of lightning strikes associated with it as well, but it's all offshore. We don't have much of a chance of rain around here today. Rain chance, I'll put it at 10%. That's it. Daytime high about 92. Heat index about 100 to 105. And we'll watch the rain chances maybe start to increase. We'll talk about the timing of that in just a minute. Scott.
Thanks, John. Happening across Florida, toxic green slime. It's all part of an algae bloom in Lake Okeechobee. Governor Rick Scott issuing an emergency order to help counties affected by it. That order will give the state environmental and tourism agencies more resources to respond to the problem. Algae blooms in Lake Okeechobee have been a problem for years, fed by nutrients from cattle ranches and farms surrounding the country's second largest natural freshwater lake. Scott's order authorizes water releases south of the lake instead of down the rivers that empty into the Gulf and into the Atlantic Ocean. Florida Fish and Wildlife says we need more gator hunters in the state. FWC is making more than 1,000 hunting permits available for alligator harvest. Each person with a permit will be allowed to take 2 gators as long as they're not babies. You can apply for one of these permits starting today. To find out how, go to our website, mysuncoast.com, and then look for this story. Caught on camera, check out this gator swimming in the Gulf of Mexico. In the second time in just a few weeks, we've seen a gator swimming near the beach. This one spotted in Boca Grande. That's at Lighthouse Beach there on the island. A Disney World worker is dead after being found unresponsive Monday. Orange County Sheriff's deputies say they found the man unconscious near their Pop Century resort. Deputies are calling it an industrial accident, but have not released what happened there. Park officials now working to figure out what led to the accident. Happening today, the Tampa Bay Rays finally set to reveal the design for a new stadium they hope to build in Tampa's Ybor City. After calling Tropicana Field home for more than 20 years now, the Rays are ready for a new stadium. The team has an agreement with the city of St. Petersburg that allows them to look for a new location outside of the city, but that agreement ends in January. St. Pete Mayor Rick Kreisman says if the team does move, the 86 acres that's now Tropicana Field could be a very lucrative development in the future.
And look at what we have, and you start doing the math, the numbers are pretty substantial.
Hundreds of millions?
Potentially, yeah.
The official announcement is planned for 2 o'clock this afternoon. Looking ahead, vote-by-mail ballots for the August primary election will soon be sent out to military and overseas civilian voters. Sarasota County Supervisor of Elections says more than 1,400 ballots will be mailed this Friday for the August 28th election. Nearly 59,000 additional ballots are expected to be mailed to area voters in 2 weeks. Completed ballots must be received no later than 7 p.m. on Election Day. So tigers, gators, geckos, what would make the best mascot for a new high school in Manatee County? Construction is underway for North River High School on Erie Road, set to open a year from August. The school district is asking for your help to choose a mascot. You can mail your idea to the school support center. Once the nomination period is over, a committee will then narrow down the list to 4 to 6 options. And then middle schoolers in that area, who will eventually attend the new school, will make the final decision. Coming up on the all-new ABC 7 News at 4 this afternoon, an unexpected alligator sighting in Arizona leads doctors and researchers to give it a second chance at life with a prosthetic tail. And TSA agents find a python inside a bag at the Miami International Airport. Why they say the passenger had the snake in the first place. Hope you'll join us this afternoon at 4 o'clock. Still to come in your Suncoast News at noon. Want to live your life without worrying about money? We'll have some tips on how you can gain your financial freedom in no time.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Picking out a new ceiling fan? That's a do-it-yourself. Installing your new ceiling fan?
No.
That's a don't do-it-yourself. For ceiling fans, rewires, or anything electrical, play it safe. And call on the trained electricians from your locally owned Mr. Sparky. It's no accident that so many of our customers are repeat customers. Trust Mr. Sparky for all your electrical repairs.
Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Dear parents, it's time for a pop quiz. What's the best kind of play for kids? Play that makes us think? Or helps us pretend? Or teaches us rules? Or to be creative? Actually, every kind of play is important because different kinds of play give us different kinds of skills. Help us mix up the ways we play. Okay, class dismissed. Now go play.
The body, it is a work of art and a powerful ally in the fight against cancer. A new approach called immunotherapy works by helping our immune system correctly identify and eradicate many types of cancer cells. Speak with your doctor and visit su2c.org/immunotherapy to learn more. Your body might just be your greatest hope.
In life after the military, it's our duty as veterans to have each other's back. I'm retired Colonel Greg Gatson, and it's my mission to help you get the benefits and services you've earned. If you need to file a VA claim, remember these important steps. Submit an online claim through ebenefits.va.gov. Work with an accredited Veterans Service Organization, or VSO. And if you need to attend a VA claim exam, please go. Visit this website to learn what to expect.
Reorganizing a space in your home? Save up to 20% on our beautiful light finishes during the California Closet's Shades of White event. Contact us today for a free design consultation. Visit our showroom or online at californiaclosets.com.
Now your ABC 7 First Alert weather forecast with meteorologist John Scalzi.
Looking at a temperature of 85 degrees out there right now. We have a west wind coming in at about 7, dew point value of 74. That gives us a feels like temperature of 92. We're well on the way to a feels like temperature this afternoon of about 100. So again, another warm, steamy day. By 3 p.m. we'll have about a 92 degree temperature with only a 10% chance of a shower or two. That'll be mostly inland as that sea breeze works its way further inland. 7 p.m. temperature 87. As we wake up tomorrow morning, we'll have about a 76 degree overnight low. So we have Chris continuing to spin around here. Again, it's moving further and further away from the radar beams. So I'm not seeing a whole lot of structure once it gets far enough away from the radar, but you know, we've had some pretty good thunderstorm activity around that center, and cloud pictures are pretty impressive. For us, we're seeing some showers out here in Gulf waters that continue to move kind of further away from shore. They're really not a big issue. You know, there's one little lone shower there down by Rotunda. I think that's about the kind of stuff that we see today, an isolated lone shower that doesn't produce a whole lot of rain. The kind of rain we're seeing out here in the Gulf, you know, we're not going to see that around here. We have, as I mentioned, a very clearly defined eye wall on satellite presentation, although it's beginning to get a little filled as we head into the last few frames. I think we probably will see a hurricane a little bit later on. One thing of note is that it's finally beginning to move, moving off to the north and to the east. There is what's left of Beryl. Beryl continues to be producing a lot of rainfall in Hispaniola. Forecast to move into an area where it might be a little more conducive for development. Upper level winds will be a little bit better. The water temperature a little warmer. As it lifts northward, it'll get caught up in the same system that is going to cast both hurricanes out into the open Atlantic. The humid air surrounding Beryl, though, will lift northward and perhaps bring us a little better chance of rainfall as we head into Thursday, Friday, Saturday. We'll watch our moisture levels begin to increase as the system begins to pull away from us. We'll still have some residual moisture left over to help support some better rain chances, particularly I think as we head into the weekend. So northwest wind coming in at about 10 knots as we head into the 7-day forecast. Today 92, tomorrow about the same. Both days about a 10% chance of showers. Moisture begins to increase on Thursday. We'll up the rain chance to about 20% and continue increasing till we get to Saturday with about a 40% chance of showers. Winds will start turning southerly. We'll start to stoke the fire, if you will, of those afternoon thunderstorms, and I think for several days in a row we'll probably be able to hold the rain chance at about 40%. Still a little less than we might normally see, but as we head into midweek next week, I think we will moisten the atmosphere sufficiently. We'll get back to those 50% chance of afternoon showers. Temperatures throughout the period stay warm and humid with feels like temperatures in the afternoon close to the 100 mark. Back to you, Scott.
John, thank you. In consumer news, how would you like to spend your life, or how would you spend your life if money was not an issue at all? Well, the new buzz phrase these days is financial freedom, but just how do you get to that point? Reed Binion has a closer look in today's Consumer Watch.
Can you imagine being financially independent in 5 years? It sounds too good to be true, but it is possible.
If you have choices in your life to step away sometimes, to take a year off, to travel, that's true financial freedom.
So how do you get there? First, financial experts say establish an emergency savings fund. Most people working toward financial independence live below their means and save about half their income.
Where people struggle is they want financial freedom and they want all the things right now in terms of goods, whether that's a car, the house, the clothes, the this and that. So they want all of these things immediately, plus they want freedom.
Second, get rid of your debt. The sooner you do this, the closer you'll be to making choices like taking a year off to travel or starting your own business. And third, create extra income. Experts recommend you work a side gig or buy property to rent to others.
And over time, the mortgage gets paid off, and now you're still generating income from that property every single month.
Once you've built your emergency reserve and paid off your debts, you can start investing and build some serious wealth.
The sooner you can get to 20% of your gross income going to retirement, the sooner you can actually retire.
For Consumer Watch, I'm Reed Binion.
Apple and Google are facing new questions over privacy. Republican leaders in the House Energy and Commerce Committee have sent letters to the heads of both companies asking for details on what kind of information is collected from our smartphones. This comes about 3 months after the head of Facebook faced questions of data privacy on Capitol Hill. The International House of Burgers is no more. The short-lived IHOB will go back to its original name, IHOP. Earlier this summer, the chain announced it was changing its P for pancakes to B for burgers. But today, the company admits it was a very successful publicity stunt for its new menu additions, and that stunt is still working based off of recent sales. So do you want some free Chick-fil-A today? You can score some. All you have to do is dress like a cow. The fast food chain is celebrating its 14th annual Cow Appreciation Day by giving a free entree to every customer wearing some sort of cow-themed costume. Kids can get in the game too with free kids meals. And if you think no one actually does this, well, the company says nearly 2 million people dressed up last year to take part and get some free food. Still to come in your Suncoast News, how actor George Clooney is recovering after a motorcycle accident in Italy.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
This is an important message for anyone with Medicare. You may be eligible for an all-in-one Medicare plan that combines hospital, medical, and prescription drug coverage together with extra benefits that may include dental, vision, hearing aids, and much more. Some of these plans have a $0 monthly premium regardless of your income. That's right. For one low plan premium, or in some cases a $0 premium, you may be able to get coverage for your hospital visits, doctor appointments, prescription drugs, routine dental care, eyeglasses and contact lenses, hearing aids, and possibly more. Today may be the first time you've heard about this type of Medicare plan. The advisors at the Medicare.com helpline are licensed insurance agents who will explain more when you call. Call now to see if you qualify. Call the number on your screen now. Call now to see if you qualify for these benefits. You worked hard for your Medicare. Now is the time for your Medicare to work hard for you. Not affiliated with or acting on behalf of any government agency or program.
I'll be right back. Hi! You think you're probably sober?
Yeah.
But you're thinking about taking the back roads home, just in case. If you're probably sober, then why would you do that? Good choice.
Probably okay isn't okay. If you see a warning sign, stop and call a cab, a car, or a friend.
That's a full glass of wine. I'll be chatting you later.
I used to dread getting up and going to work.
I was done with the corporate grind.
I was tired of being a starving artist.
And I started looking around for a business that I believed in, and I kind of wanted to do something a little more green.
My SCORE mentor helped me take the first step.
He helped me create a business plan and helped me implement it.
They've really taught me how to think big.
SCORE helped me to make the unimaginable possible, all for free. I'm here because of SCORE.
I'm here because of SCORE.
Get your free business mentor at SCORE.org.
Today, everyone is looking for more fashionable choices in flooring than ever before. And G. Fried has responded with a huge selection of carpets, tile, wood, laminate, and vinyl. Installed by a highly skilled team, G. Fried has got everything you're looking for and more. The next time you think about quality flooring, think G. Fried Flooring America. G. Fried Flooring America. Our world is at your feet.
Outdoor living is one of the greatest perks about living in Florida. So whether this is your style, or this, or maybe this, contact Superior Pools. They've been building pools from Sarasota to Naples since 2001, and they would love to build yours.
In entertainment news, Drake's newest album keeps setting records, and Johnny Depp is now being sued by a co-worker for his behavior on set. ABC's Jason Nathanson has those stories in today's Showbiz Wrap.
A bunch of new chart records for Drake. His new album Scorpion just debuted at #1 on the Billboard 200 album chart, his 8th straight to do so. It set a record for the most streams ever in 1 week, and it had the biggest sales week of the year so far. Also, the album has 7 of the top 10 songs on the singles chart. That breaks the previous record of 5, set by the Beatles in 1964. Disgraced former movie mogul Harvey Weinstein says he's not guilty to sex crime charges in New York that now include a new 3rd woman. He entered the plea Monday, and his attorney Ben Brafman says they have more than just Weinstein's word.
We have corroborative evidence
in the form of witnesses.
Weinstein is now free on bail but under house arrest, facing a maximum sentence of life in prison. Johnny Depp being sued for allegedly going gangster on the set of his upcoming Tupac Biggie murder movie, City of Lies. The location manager on the movie says Depp was directing a scene. He told Depp to wrap it up because their permit had expired. Then he says Depp punched him a couple of times.
This is sudden.
And happy birthday Tuesday to Modern Family mom Sofia Vergara, turning 46. And Oscar-nominated actor Chiwetel Ejiofor turns 41. And that's what's happening in Hollywood. I'm Jason Athenson, ABC News, Los Angeles.
George Clooney is out of the hospital after a scooter crash in Italy. Police in Sardinia say Clooney was on a scooter when a Mercedes hit him. Clooney ended up on the hood of the car. An ambulance took him to the hospital where doctors ran a CAT scan and released him a short time later without any serious injuries. Clooney reportedly told police he was going to rest for a couple of days. The actor is currently filming a new series called Catch-22 that's based on the classic novel by Joseph Heller. Tom Hanks fans, this should be magic to your ears, or music to your ears, I guess. Big is headed back to the big screen to mark its 30th anniversary. More than 700 U.S. theaters will screen the much-loved comedy this Sunday, July 15th, and then again on Wednesday the 18th. Seating is limited, so check your local movie listings to see if tickets are still available. A familiar face is returning to a galaxy far, far away. Billy Dee Williams will reprise his classic role as Lando Calrissian in Star Wars Episode 9. The character made its debut in The Empire Strikes Back and was last seen in the follow-up, Return of the Jedi. Getting back into the role shouldn't be too hard for Williams. He's been voicing Calrissian in a number of recent video games. Work on the latest Star Wars film scheduled to start soon, and it should be in our theaters by December of 2019. Finally, a Massachusetts couple says they owe their dog's life to two JetBlue flight attendants. The vacationing couple's 3-year-old French bulldog named Darcy started acting distressed during the flight. Her tongue and gums were blue and she was panting frantically. So flight attendants brought Darcy an oxygen mask and to help her breathe and ice bags to cool her down. Well, we're told the pup rebounded in just a few minutes and was fine for the rest of the flight. The couple wrote a letter to JetBlue thanking the company for helping their dog, Darcy. Good job there.
Yeah.
I don't know what the dog
was wrong there.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, just needed maybe it was a little freaked out by flying.
I guess that could be.
Turbulence. Yeah. Who knows?
Anyway, best of luck to that dog.
Yeah.
We have scattered showers possible later in the week, but not today.
Have a great day. We'll see you again at 4 o'clock, everyone.